Welcome to the No Spin News, Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. A little breaking news today. Ghislaine Maxwell, she was Epstein's consort, sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. She's in Florida for sex trafficking interstate, and they were in the Virgin Islands and all that. She did it. She deserves the 20 years. So now the Justice Department wants to re-interview her. I don't have any objection to that. If she knows something that didn't come forth in the trial, which is pretty hard to believe. I mean, her defense lawyer is trying to get her off. So whatever she knew would be out there. But if the Justice Department wants to go and talk to her again, okay. But I'm not expecting much here. It's another attempt by the Trump administration to tamp down the story. And that's understandable because the story, the Epstein story, is way out of control, is being used for partisan purposes to damage Donald Trump. And so you would expect his people to fight back. The key to this story, if you care, and I know a lot of Americans don't care, but that's not an indicator on what should happen. Justice is the indicator. The key to the story is the grand jury testimony. Can be released by the judge in D.C. He should release it to restore faith in the Justice Department. Take out the names that are not criminally involved, redact them, let it out, let the folks see it. That's the way to resolve. But anyway, we're not going to speculate. If you watch the stupid, dopey cable TV news programs tonight, they'll be saying all this crazy stuff. None of it will come true. So if you want to waste your time, that's a good agenda there. My talking points memo is about the American media, which is a tremendously important story that is underreported. And here is the headline. The corporate media is falling apart. And Donald Trump is responsible. No matter what happens to the president from now on, he alone destroyed the corporate left-wing media in America. One man, Donald Trump. Never been done before. Never even been close before. And he didn't do it by active actions. He did it because they hate him so much, they overdid it. And the American people, even those who don't like Trump, go, look, we know what the game is. So let me run it down for you. Trump has crushed the media, and it's an important story because coming up, the next election, the Democrats will not have the left-wing media behind them as they did with Barack Obama and Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. They had the left-wing media in all three of those cases. That's gone. Now, yes, the CNNs of the world will still be there, NBC will still be there, and they'll be rooting for the Democrat. But they're not nearly as powerful as they were. Okay? That's the headline. That this affects directly presidential politics in this country. No longer will there be a left-wing stranglehold. So the situation blew up with this dope Stephen Colbert getting fired by CBS because CBS is selling itself, Paramount owns it, to Skydance, which is not a liberal corporation. So there are going to be a wipeout. And Colbert's number one, but if I'm working for CBS, I'm looking for another job. Skydance is going to go in and wipe out everybody because it's corrupt. It's a corrupt operation, CBS News. No doubt about it. We all know that. And that lawsuit that they settled with Donald Trump, they were actively rooting for Kamala Harris, CBS. And anybody who denies that is just simply not telling you the truth. They were actively rooting for her, a whole network. You can't do that unless you say it up front. If they were to say, okay, we're rooting for Kamala Harris, our whole network is going to try to get her elected. All right, you still got First Amendment protections. But that's not what they do, as you know. Okay. So last night, Bernie Goldberg appeared on the No Spin News. It was a really good back and forth about why Colbert and the other lefties are in so much financial trouble. Go. Why would you hire a Stephen Colbert when 80 million people voted for Donald Trump?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
not one of those people are ever going to watch Stephen Colbert. Why would you hire him?
You know, Michael Jordan famously said he was asked to endorse a Democratic candidate for the U.S. Senate. And he said, you know, Republicans buy sneakers too. It's as if these people don't understand that Republicans have TV sets too, that Republicans
They have to
watch
understand.
television too.
No, but ideology, or it's hard to believe, but it's true. Ideology and the corporate media has overtaken the profit motive. It's stunning. Okay. Last night, Stephen Colbert, he's milking it, but he's toast. He's gone. I don't think he's going to last till May, by the way. That's what they said. He'll last till May. He'll be gone way before that. Here's what he said. Go.
With those numbers, I got to say, it makes sense we'd be canceled. I get it, guys. And thanks again, okay? Thanks again to the network. In a completely unrelated story, on Friday, Donald Trump posted, "I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings." How dare you? How dare you, sir? Would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go yourself. Anyway, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So if Colbert had said, "Go F yourself" to Barack Obama, he would have been off the air. That show never would have run because they tape it before. If he had done it to Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton, gone. He never would have done it. But he can do that to Donald Trump, and they ran it. So that just tells you what CBS is. It's not Donald Trump, it's the office. Respect for the office. You don't do that. Anyway, Colbert's just digging the ditch deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Okay. So the reporting was the Colbert show loses $40 million. That's hyperbole. He doesn't lose that much. But he loses about $20, $25 million, and they're paying him about $15, so he's out. Now, for the future, I made a prediction this morning. The View is going to realign. Now, I could be wrong. I'm not wrong too much. You know that. We document my predictions, mostly come true. I predicted Colbert would be out before they made the announcement. The View, and I don't have any inside information here, but I know the business as well as anybody. So The View makes a little bit of money, not much. About the same amount of people watch The View as watch Colbert, 2 million plus, a little bit more. They go on hiatus for about 5 or 6 weeks, The View. It's either next week or August 1st, something like that. Now, when they come back, it's going to be a totally different show. You can't fire Whoopi Goldberg unless she wants to quit, and then it'll be Whoopi wants to leave. You got a racial component there, and Ms. Goldberg is a very, very powerful media presence. You just can't fire her. Joy Behar is what, 82 years old? Yeah. She can retire and will. So I'm assuming Behar will not be there in September. And then what they'll do is they'll reconfigure. They got to get rid of this Anna Navarro. She's a hater, just like Behar is. And they got to kind of reconfigure it, which they will. Disney is going to have to do that. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm going to run this clip and tell you I was wrong. But I can't see it. I can't see it. Disney going with that any longer. And then when Skydance takes over, which I don't know exactly when that's going to be, but it's coming up fast, CBS, totally different. And that's a memo. Okay, Donald Trump meets with the president of the Philippines today. That's about trade. Going to Scotland on Friday to visit his golf club there in Aberdeen, where I've been. Beautiful. Windy. He's going to meet with Prime Minister Starmer and Scotland's First Minister Swinney. Yeah, I think it's Swinney, yeah. They're all friends. No contention there. BBC doesn't like Trump, but the government does. So that shouldn't be eventful. Hunter is back. Hunter Biden, back. 3 hours and 16-minute interview on YouTube. And, you know, it goes everywhere in the world. My YouTube channel, as you know, is absolutely through the roof here. So Hunter Biden comes on. This is unbelievable. I write about it in a message of the day. Listen to this. He's talking about his father and how poorly President Biden did at the debate. Go.
I'll tell you what, I know exactly what happened in that debate. He flew around the world, basically, in the mileage that he could have flown around the world 3 times.
Yeah.
He's 81 years old. He's tired as They give him Ambien to be able to sleep. He gets up on the stage, and he looks like he's a deer in the headlights. And it feeds into every story that anybody wants to tell.
Why would you give somebody Ambien when they're going into a big public debate? Ambien makes you sleepy. And Trump called him Sleepy Joe. That's insane. Now, I don't know if it's true because Biden's physician had to report what drugs he was taking. Ambien's not on the list. And, you know, Hunter knows a lot about drugs. Sorry, but it's true. But he's also an exaggerator. And then Hunter goes after George Clooney, our pal, George Clooney. He, as you know, he and I are very close. And here's what he says about that. Go.
Why do I have to listen to you? What right do you have to step on a man who's given 52 years of his life to the service of this country and decide that you, George Clooney, are going to take out basically a full-page ad in the New York Times to undermine the president at a time in which, by the way, what do people care about the most? Why do you think that the Republicans have an advantage over us? Because they're unified.
No, yeah. Okay, so anyway, I thought that would amuse you. Hunter is loose. Come on here. Hunter, come on. We'll treat you with respect and we'll have a substantive conversation. Ambien, I don't know about that. What if you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? Imagine putting those 2 payments in your pocket and finally getting some breathing room. It is possible when you call American Financing. If you're feeling stretched by everyday expenses, you're not alone. American Financing can show you how to use your home's equity to pay off debt. Please call American Financing today before the problem gets worse. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you restructure their loans, consolidate debt, all without upfront fees. Their customers save an average of $800 a month. It's fast, simple, and it could save your budget this summer. Please call now before it's too late. American Financing, 888-462-9557. 888-462-9557. AmericanFinancing.net/bill. Okay, YouTube, we got the conspiracy people. I'm taking them to task. YouTube.com/Bill O'Reilly. I think you're going to really like this commentary, even if you're not a conspiracy person. I mean, I dismantle them in a very fact-based way. Remember, people who peddle conspiracies do so to make money. That's what they do. Mail. Bill Forrest, Woodridge, Virginia. Just watch the NBC Monday Nightly News. No mention of the Tulsi Gabbard Russian collusion bombshell. Can you say extreme obfuscation? I just said it, but Bill, I didn't run it either. I mentioned it. I didn't run it. Why? There's no data. There's no data at all. Tulsi Gabbard says Barack Obama did something heinous in the Russian collusion. Okay. I'm ready to see what you got. Did you see it? I haven't seen it. So you don't report stories unless there's a basis. All right, Larry, concierge member. Larry gets direct access to me. We hope you check that concierge program out. You'll be happy with it. I'll guarantee you get a free book too. All right, the Epstein story will be there forever, no matter what the facts are, just like the JFK assassination. No, I don't think so. This time next year, I don't think Epstein is going to be in anybody's mind at all. I'd like to see, as I said, I don't want to be repetitive. Let's get the grand jury thing out there. We got Jim Thompson, Loveland, Colorado. I know you're sick of the Epstein story. I am. But it's important and I understand. But nobody's talking about Trump's achievements. We did yesterday, and we gave him a report card, unless they're in the conservative media. We are not in the conservative media. In fact, many in the conservative media hate us. President Trump now appears to be dishonest and corrupt. I disagree 100%. I don't see him being dishonest and corrupt, and those are very serious charges. I think he makes mistakes. I think he overreacts and uses emotion, but I don't think he's an inherently corrupt man. Jason Voss, Katori, Japan. Mr. Rose, we all know the media's claim President Trump sent Jeffrey Epstein a birthday card. Well, why doesn't the media show the public the card? It's a good question. I don't know why. But this is easily taken care of by forensics as we analyzed. David, concierge member, thank you, David. Bill, the moment you stated that Trump is trying to solve some of our vexing problems, I immediately thought of what FDR was trying to do at the outset of his administration. You got it. I bet you read Confronting the Presidents, didn't you? But FDR, he came in, he had to do it. This is going to be a rebellion. Trump came in with an edge, a chip, and he just, 6 months, unbelievable. Joe Gabriel, India Rocks Beach, Florida. Why is Trump giving Putin 50 days to make a peace deal? Has it been long enough that Putin's dragging his feet while thousands of people die each week? Yes, you're right. But Trump wants a ceasefire, not a confrontation with Putin. Not going to get a ceasefire unless Putin agrees. But September rolls around, Trump's got to lay wood to him, heavy duty. Has to. So that is an ongoing important story, obviously. Kevin McDowell, Mount Shasta, California, beautiful place. Longtime listener, hold you in very high esteem. Thank you, Kevin. Wondering if you could explain to us how sanctuary cities and states are constitutional. They're not. They're not constitutional. They're violating the law. It's just the federal government doesn't enforce it. So that's it. They're not legal. Nick, there was only one Johnny Carson, only one Donald Trump, and only one Bill O'Reilly. Funny how that goes. I think one is enough of, I don't know about Carson, but Trump and me, yeah. I will give you a free not woke bumper sticker if you do one of two things or both. Pre-order Confronting Evil, which you're going to love, okay? Putin's not going to like it. Chinese communists aren't going to like it. The Islamists aren't going to like it. And if there's any neo-Nazis running around, they're not going to like it. There are 10 other guys, all guys, in the book other than the ones on the cover. So you pre-order for BillO'Reilly.com, you get a Not Woke bumper sticker free. Premium member or concierge membership, if you sign up or re-up, you get Evil free, plus the bumper sticker. Can't do any more for you. Word of the day, this is a good word. You use this word, you're in the big leagues, verbally. Do not be meretricious. MERETIRCIOUS. Meretricious. Great word. Okay, we got a final thought on Tulsi Gabbard and Barack Obama. We had the letter. I figured, people are interested in this. They hear about it. So I'm going to tell you what's behind the scenes here for Tulsi and Barack in a moment. Let's face it, the U.S. economy is under stress. National debt rising, trade war shaking the markets. And meanwhile, China is dumping the dollar and stockpiling gold. That's why I protected my savings with physical gold and silver through the only dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. And you can do this. Get precious metals delivered to your door or place in a tax-advantaged gold IRA. They'll even help you roll over your existing IRA or 401k, tax and penalty free. With billions in precious metals delivered, thousands of 5-star reviews, and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau, you can trust American Hartford Gold as I do. Please call 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. The American dream is changing. Forget the white picket fence. Today it's about getting out of debt. If rising prices and credit card bills are weighing you down, there is hope. Done with debt. They don't offer loans or push bankruptcy. Their expert negotiators go straight to your creditors, cutting what you owe, wiping out interest, eliminating penalties. They fight until your debt is gone. Most clients see more money in their pocket the first month. You've worked too hard to let debt win. With Done With Debt, freedom is possible. Please visit donewithdebt.com. Talk with one of their experts, completely free. But some of their solutions are time sensitive, so don't wait. Please go to donewithdebt.com. Again, donewithdebt.com. Final thought of the day. So a lot of the conservative media ran with the Tulsi Gabbard saying that Barack Obama, when he was president, did untoward things, maybe illegal things, to promote the Russian conspiracy hoax, which obviously turned out to be false. All right, as I said to the guy who wrote the letter, I'm willing to look at the data when Tulsi Gabbard puts it out. But I also know a few things. Number one, Ms. Gabbard was in trouble with Donald Trump because she's an isolationist and she doesn't want to help Ukraine. Zero help. That goes against the Trump doctrine. Same thing in Israel. Okay? Trump's trying hard to forge a new Middle East. Tulsi don't want anything to do with it. Keep that in mind. So to bring in, and Donald Trump, I don't think he hates Barack Obama. You saw him at the funeral. Jimmy Carter, they were fine, chatting back and forth. But to bring in something that would please the president, I think Ms. Gabbard might be, but I don't know. I can't read her mind. What I do know is this. President Obama does not like Donald Trump. Fact. After Trump beat Hillary, Barack Obama was mad because that went to his ego. He was behind Hillary, and Trump whooped her. Then a lot of stuff started to come out about how Putin helped Trump. None of it was true. What is the extent of Barack Obama's participation in that? We go back to the Mueller report and the other reports. There's no evidence in any of those reports that Barack Obama took an active role in spreading that lie. It was a lie. Plenty of evidence Hillary Clinton was behind it all day long. Okay? Democratic machine, absolutely behind it. Schiff, all these people. But Obama, I can't find anything. So, as a fair man, I can't report anything on it other than that's what Tulsi is doing. Now, subsequently, again, we have this on tape. Maybe some bombshell will come out, but it would have to be definitive. You just cannot make these allegations. And those of you who don't like what I'm saying, they do this to Trump all the time. They say terrible things about Trump all the time based on nothing. You don't like that? So why would you support the same exact thing against Obama? I am a tough guy. You give me evidence, I'm going to report it accurately. I got nothing on this. Tulsi, if you're watching, I'm waiting. You can come on here anytime. You can show me anything you want to show. Ready to listen to you. All right, fair? I hope so. Hope it's fair. What we want to be. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. See more. Thank you for watching. To view full episodes of the No Spin News anytime, sign up to become a BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge member today.